Does anyone find that modern rugby and sport in general, like with the professional era, has gotten a bit boring? So, like watching England playing against Scotland, England had 9 box kicks. Sorry, nine. What am I talking about? 19. Forgive me. Um, Being off of that training and just a bit wrecked now. It was a good session though. Did a lot, gone through a lot of patterns and shapes with the guys. But I found a lot of that stuff very boring. I like playing heads up rugby. Even drills that I had with the guys today, I said to them, what I'm going to just do is get you guys to come up with moves of your own. So what you do is one team attacks, one team defends. The team that attacks, if they score a try, they stay on. If the defending team stops them scoring a try, then they get to attack next. That kind of way. But I said to them, you're not having any pre-planned moves. You're just coming up with your own stuff, and I want you to communicate and make sure that everyone's on the same wavelength. And some of them came up to me and were like, "Oh, but we don't know what we're doing." I was like, "I've just told you," And they're like, "Oh, but we don't have a playmaker. We don't have a 9 or a 10." I was like, "You've got guys to play centre. You've got guys who are fullback, guys who still create. Um, players that are very skillful." And I was like, "Use them. Come up with moves of your own. As long as everyone's on the same wavelength, we're grand. That's the main thing." I just find that, especially in Ireland, it's too much preset move, and if you go outside that, you're out with the team or everybody's shouting at you. Unless you do something genius, you make a move and you come up with a brilliant try immediately. You're not allowed to not follow the system, and it's quite boring to watch. If I'm being perfectly honest, it gets quite boring. What the fuck is going on? People are parking right beside us. There's loads of space. I always hated when I had to follow a system. I hated it. I think like you need to have a basic idea of what you're doing. I get that completely. Like guys need to be there thinking, I have to hit this ruck. That's fair enough. You're like, okay, I need to hit rucks, because if nobody rucks, we don't keep the fucking ball. But at the same time, we used to come up with moves where literally 5 different players had to run a dummy line and then pop the ball in behind. You can see it with the Irish team. Their first instinct is to throw the ball. As a forward, you should carry. I remember before, like, I usually offloaded. I rarely would throw a pass unless it was open. That's off the cuff stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get the ball, run at players at a hard line as well. And then if loads of players went into me and there was a gap, I'd be like, all right, you take it, I'll throw it to somebody else. Then I've sucked in the defenders and I give the ball out. Like it's simple stuff. But you saw it with Sam Prendergast against England. George Martin was the only player defending. Everybody else had bought a dummy, but he decided he was just going to throw it anyway because that was the preset move. When in reality, the dummy was bought, he could have gone if he wanted, and George Martin was a big slow second row. He was going through the gap. Ireland just need to play more off the cuff rugby, I think.